What's going on, all you gamers? If you're new to Destiny Beyond Light, or you're a returning player and for the life of you cannot remember how to get those legendary shards, then stay tuned. I'm going to explain how. Welcome back, all you guys and girls. So first things first, as always, if you'd like to become part of the Sofa Squad for all things Xbox and soon Xbox Series X, all the fun hints, tips, guides and some fun gameplay, then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon. But for now, if you're new to Destiny Beyond Light and you really don't know how to get those legendary shards, well, let me explain. So as you're out on your adventures and you're killing things and you're picking up loot, you'll notice that they're all different colours. Now if I come over to my vault here, you'll notice that I have an abundance of purple items. Now the reason I'm keeping these isn't because I want to try out 150 odd different purple guns, it's because if I ever need to get a legendary shard, I'm just going to dismantle it. So what you've got to remember is up the top right, it actually says legendary. So if you have a little look here, if I hold X on this item here, it's going to deconstruct, it's going to give me 3 legendary shards, and I was lucky enough to get an enhancement core that time as well, which is really nice. Now all of these purple ones will always give you legendary shards, so if you are after them, definitely either hold on to the ones you want to keep. So if you're gearing up, do not get rid of your legendary stuff because it may be something that's valuable. But if you get a couple of doubles and it doesn't have perks on it that you like, so say for example if I look at these two here and I've got one Scathe Lock there and another there, if this one to me is much better, so it has better perks as such, then I will keep this one and I will dismantle this one. Now in this case, if you have a little look where it's got that kind of outer glowy gold, that means it's a masterwork one, so you'll probably want to keep hold of that if you had one randomly drop or if you've upgraded it to that. But like I said, all of the purple items that are dropping for you, when you do dismantle them, they will give you legendary shards. Now that doesn't just apply to the guns. If you have a little look over here, so say for example this armour, if I have a little look, it says the total down the bottom. Now you're aiming for over 60 each time really on the armour, and in general the higher the total is, kind of the better, especially if it's in the right stat slots that you're after. So this one here, I don't want it, so I've got myself 3 more legendary shards. Now like I said, it doesn't just apply to armour and weapons. So if I go to my inventory and I press start and I go over to here, if I go all the way down, you're going to see that I've got shaders. Now you'll undoubtedly come across quite a lot of things that you can dismantle, but just kind of keep tabs on them, because if you do want to keep them or you're unsure, don't dismantle it, especially if you're a brand new player. Only dismantle what you know you're definitely not going to keep or don't want in the future. So for example, if I have a look, I've got 29 of these and they're not something that I would probably be putting on something, so I'm going to dismantle it. And every time I dismantle one of these, I'm only getting one, but I'm getting one for each. So if I had quite a lot of these, they would mount up quite fast. If I click up from here, I've got modifications. So again, say for example I've got doubles. So Jade Coin effects, a transmat effect. So basically what it looks like when you land. I'm going to click on this. And again it's going to give me some glimmer and it's going to give me that legendary shard that I'm after. Now the main thing I would say is you get an abundance of loot in Destiny 2, so don't worry. What you might want to do is just, if there is something you're unsure of, say for example this, I wasn't sure if I wanted it, just lock it. So go right up to the top here and press right analog stick, or it is on the Xbox at least. If not, it will tell you what to do, but that will lock that item so that you can't accidentally delete it. Now, I'm not 100% sure because they have changed a few things up in Beyond Light, but I believe you can randomly get some legendary shards, sometimes when you complete nightfalls, strikes, etc. It's not the best way. Deconstructing your gear is still by far the best way, especially when you get 3 apiece for deconstructing the purple armour and weapons. Now, another way to do it, which is pretty much the same to sticking the deconstructing way, and that's, say for example, your gunsmith over here. As you're playing the game, you're going to be picking up materials, and also you're going to be deconstructing items. Now, as you're doing that, you're also going to be getting gunsmith materials. So, click on here, and once you've boosted it a certain amount, you're going to be getting an engram. Now obviously that's going to give you a weapon, but if you didn't want said weapon, guess what? You can deconstruct it again, and if the shader turns out to be purple, you can deconstruct that as well. So basically doing this is definitely the best way to kind of get those all vital legendary shards. You can also do it just round the corner if you go to the Crucible vendor. And I'll show you where he is. So this is our pal Shax. And again, if you have a little look, if you've been playing Crucible, then you can pick up some armour from him and deconstruct it if you don't want that, and get more legendary shards. Stop by when you return, Titan. We'll trade punches. Alright guys and girls, now I hope that's helped some of you out, and as always, like I said, if you'd like to become part of the Sofa Squad for all things Xbox and for all the latest and greatest gaming, then hit that subscribe and bell icon. As always, take care, I'll see you on the next day.